And now for our next news special report.
Folks, brace yourselves. What happened in Milwaukee last night wasn't just a speech, it was a seismic shift in American politics. Donald Trump, flanked by some of the biggest names in conservative media and entertainment, dropped a bombshell that's left Washington reeling. But here's the kicker. What Tucker Carlson revealed about Trump's transformation might change everything. So stay tuned, because my final thought on this could be the most important thing you will hear this year. We've got a lot to unpack here, so stay with us. And just as Trump's message of strength resonated with the crowd, smart Americans are finding strength in precious metals. Gold has surpassed $2,400 an ounce this year, not because it's getting pricier, but because the dollar is losing its punch. It's like Trump's resilience. While others falter, gold stands strong. With our national debt skyrocketing and global tensions rising, it's time to fortify your finances. Call Global Gold Investments. That's the number you see on the screen there. 888-700-4148 for your free 2024 Insure Your Money Wealth Preservation Guide. Mention Next News for VIP treatment. Don't wait. Like Trump's supporters rushing to back him, smart investors are flocking to gold. Call that number, 888-700-4148 now, or just tap the link in the description. Now, last night, Milwaukee became the epicenter of American patriotism. The RNC event wasn't just a political gathering. It was a beacon of hope for millions of Americans yearning for strong leadership and a return to greatness. The atmosphere was electric as Donald Trump took the stage. His words resonated with the spirit of our founding fathers, reminding us of the timeless principles that have guided our nation since its inception. Let's begin. Watch.
Friends, delegates, and fellow citizens, I stand before you this evening with a message of confidence, strength, and hope. 4 months from now, we will have an incredible victory, and we will begin the 4 greatest years in the history of our country. Together, we will launch a new era of safety, prosperity, and freedom for citizens of every race, religion, color, and creed. The discord and division in our society must be healed. We must heal it quickly. As Americans, we are bound together by a single fate and a shared destiny. We rise together or we fall apart. I am running to be president for all of America, not half of America, because there is no victory in winning for half of America. So tonight, with faith and devotion, I proudly accept your nomination for President of the United States. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And we will do it right. We're going to do it right.
Folks, this is what unwavering commitment to our country looks like. Trump's acceptance of the nomination wasn't just a formality, it was a rallying cry for every American who believes in the promise of our great nation. Here's more.
This election should be about the issues facing our country and how to make America successful, safe, free, and great again. In an age when our politics too often divide us, now is the time to remember that we are all fellow citizens. We are one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This election is more than about politics, it's about the soul of America. Trump's call for unity echoes the wisdom of our founders, who understood that a house divided cannot stand. But before Trump's powerful address, we witnessed a lineup of supporters that would make any patriot's heart swell with pride. Dana White, a man known for his toughness and knows it when he sees it, didn't hold back in his assessment of Trump's character. Watch.
And I'm not telling you what to think. I'm telling you what I know. And I know President Trump. I know President Trump is a fighter. I've been saying this since 2015. Now look at what's happened over the last 10 years. We have all seen it with our own eyes. I'm in the tough guy business, and this man is the toughest, most resilient human being that I've ever met in my life. The higher the stakes, the harder he fights, and this guy never, ever gives up. So what's at stake here? The answer is in President Trump's text, and I quote, "A fight for our country." I know why he's running for president again. Why else would he put himself through everything he's dealt with just to get back here? We all know he doesn't need this. This guy's got a great life, he has a beautiful family, and he has achieved everything that you could possibly achieve in life. I know President Trump is literally putting his life on the line for something bigger than himself, and he's willing to risk it all because he loves this country.
White's words cut through the political noise, reminding us of the caliber of leadership that America deserves. It's not about politics. It's about having someone willing to fight for us no matter the cost. Here's more.
The choice is clear, but this election, we all get to choose. I know I'm going to choose strength and security. I know I'm going to choose opportunity and prosperity. I know I'm going to choose real American leadership and a real American badass. And I'm not telling you what choice to make, and I'm not telling you what to think. I'm telling you what I know. I know America needs a strong leader, and the world needs a strong America. I know Donald J. Trump is the best choice for President of the United States.
White's endorsement isn't just about a candidate, it's about a vision for a stronger America. As Benjamin Franklin once said, "Where liberty dwells, there is my country." And speaking of fighters, the legendary Hulk Hogan brought his signature energy to the RNC, igniting a fervor that could be felt across the nation. Watch.
But what happened last week when they took a shot at my hero and they tried to kill the next president of the United States? Enough was enough. And I said, let Trumpomania run wild, brother. Let Trumpomania rule again. Let Trumpomania make America great again.
Now, Hogan's passion is a testament to the American spirit, resilient, unyielding, and always ready to stand up for what's right. It's this kind of enthusiasm that can reshape our nation's future, but it was Tucker Carlson who perhaps best captured the gravity of the moment that we're all living through. Watch.
I watched the video of what happened in Butler, Pennsylvania about 50 times. I think I was one of about 8 billion people around the world who watched it. And the more I watched it, the more it struck me that everything was different after that moment. Everything. And this convention is different. The nation is different. The world is different. Donald Trump is different. When he stood up after being shot in the face, bloodied, and put his hand up, I thought at that moment, that was a transformation. This was no longer a man. Well, I think it was divine intervention. But the effect that it had on Donald Trump, he was no longer just a political party's nominee or a former president or a future president. This was the leader of a nation. And I think there's a difference. I've spent most of my life in Washington, where the president is at the top of the pyramid. Everyone wants to be the president. But if you think about it, the presidency comes with great power, obviously. But if you think about it, that is a title that is bestowed by a process of some sort that can be subverted. And in the end, it does not confer by itself, as no title does, legitimacy. Just because you call yourself the president doesn't mean that much inherently. I can call my dog the CEO of Hewlett-Packard. It doesn't mean she is. It's true. And you hate to say it, but it is also true, as a fact, that you could take, a mannequin, a dead person, and make him president. No, you could. You could. I'm just saying, theoretically possible. With enough cheating, that could happen. But being a leader is very different. It's not a title. It's organic. You can't name someone a leader. A leader is the bravest man. That's who the leader is. That is true in all human organizations. This is a law of nature. And in that moment, Donald Trump, months before the presidential election, became the leader of this nation.
Beautifully said. Carlson's words remind us that true leadership is bestowed. It's earned through actions that inspire and unite a nation. In these challenging times, we're witnessing the emergence of a leader who embodies the courage that our founding fathers spoke of. As George Washington once said, liberty, when it begins to take root, is a plant of rapid growth. We're seeing that growth in real time. Now, the recent attack on Trump has only strengthened his resolve and the support of the American people. His recounting of the incident serves as a powerful reminder of the threats facing our republic and the need for unwavering leadership. Listen.
So many people have asked me, what happened? Tell us what happened, please. And therefore, I will tell you exactly what happened, and you'll never hear it from me a second time because it's actually too painful to tell. It was a warm, beautiful day in the early evening in Butler Township in the great Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Music was loudly playing, and the campaign was doing really well. I went to the stage, and the crowd was cheering wildly. Everybody was happy. I began speaking very strongly, powerfully, and happily, because I was discussing the great job my administration did on immigration at the southern border. We were very proud of it. Behind me and to the right was a large screen that was displaying a chart of border crossings under my leadership. The numbers were absolutely amazing. In order to see the chart, I started to, like this, turn to my right and was ready to begin a little bit further turn, which I'm very lucky I didn't do, when I heard a loud whizzing sound and felt something hit me really, really hard on my right ear. I said to myself, wow, what was that? It can only be a bullet. And moved my right hand to my ear, brought it down. My hand was covered with blood, just absolutely blood all over the place. I immediately knew it was very serious, that we were under attack, and in one movement proceeded to drop to the ground. Bullets were continuing to fly as very brave Secret Service agents rushed to the stage, and they really did. They rushed to the stage. These are great people at great risk, I will tell you, and pounced on top of me so that I would be protected. There was blood pouring everywhere, and yet, in a certain way, I felt very safe because I had God on my side. I felt that. The amazing thing is that prior to the shot, if I had not moved my head at that very last instant, the assassin's bullet would have perfectly hit its mark, and I would not be here tonight. We would not be together. The most incredible aspect of what took place on that terrible evening in the fading sun was actually seen later. In almost all cases, as you probably know, and when even a single bullet is fired, just a single bullet, and we had many bullets that were being fired, crowds run for the exits or stampede, but not in this case. It's very unusual. This massive crowd of tens of thousands of people stood by and didn't move an inch. In fact, many of them bravely but automatically stood up looking for where the sniper would be. They knew immediately it was a sniper, and then began pointing at him. You can see that if you look at the group behind me. That was just a small group compared to what was in front. Nobody ran, and by not stampeding, many lives were saved. But that isn't the reason that they didn't move. The reason is that they knew I was in very serious trouble. They saw it. They saw me go down. They saw the blood and thought, actually most did, that I was dead. They knew it was a shot to the head. They saw the blood. And there's an interesting statistic. The ears are the bloodiest part. If something happens with the ears, they bleed more than any other part of the body. For whatever reason, the doctors told me that. I said, why is there so much blood? He said, it's the ears. They bleed more. So we learned something, but they just, this beautiful crowd, they didn't want to leave me. They knew I was in trouble. They didn't want to leave me. And you can see that love written all over their faces. Yeah. Incredible people. They're incredible people. Bullets were flying over us, yet I felt serene. But now the Secret Service agents were putting themselves in peril. They were in very dangerous territory. Bullets were flying right over them, missing them by a very small amount of inches. And then it all stopped. Our Secret Service sniper, from a much greater distance and with only one bullet used, took the assassin's life, took him out. I'm not supposed to be here tonight. Not supposed to be here. No. Thank you. But I'm not. And I'll tell you, I stand before you in this arena only by the grace of Almighty God. In watching the reports over the last few days, many people say it was a providential moment. Probably was. When I rose, surrounded by Secret Service, the crowd was confused because they thought I was dead, and there was great, great sorrow. I could see that on their faces as I looked out. They didn't know I was looking out. They thought it was over. but I could see it, and I wanted to do something to let them know I was okay. I raised my right arm, looked at the thousands and thousands of people that were breathlessly waiting, and started shouting, "Fight, fight, fight." Thank you. Once my clenched fist went up, and it was high into the air, you've all seen that, the crowd realized I was okay and roared with pride for our country like no crowd I have ever heard before. Never heard anything like it.
This is the kind of spirit in the face of adversity. We don't back down. We stand taller, more united than ever. As Thomas Jefferson wisely noted, the tree of liberty must be refreshed from time to time with the blood of patriots. And yes, Donald Trump's blood was spilled that day. Trump's vision for America's future is one of prosperity and strength. His commitment to economic relief for citizens is exactly what hardworking Americans have been waiting for. Watch.
First, we must get economic relief to our citizens. Starting on day one, we will drive down prices and make America affordable again. We have to make it affordable. It's not affordable. People can't live like this. Under this administration, our current administration, groceries are up 57%, gasoline is up 60 and 70%, mortgage rates have quadrupled. And the fact is, it doesn't matter what they are because you can't get the money anyway. You can't buy houses. Young people can't get any financing to buy a house. The total household costs have increased an average of $28,000 per family under this administration. Republicans have a plan to bring down prices and bring them down very, very rapidly. By slashing energy costs, we will in turn reduce the cost of transportation, manufacturing, and all household goods. So much starts with energy. And remember, we have more liquid gold under our feet than any other country by far. We are a nation that has the opportunity to make an absolute fortune with its energy. We have it, and China doesn't. Under the Trump administration, just 3.5 years ago, we were energy independent. But soon we will actually be better than that. We will be energy dominant and supply not only ourselves, but we will supply the rest of the world.
This is the kind of bold action that can revitalize our economy and put more money back in the pockets of everyday Americans. It's not just a promise, it's a pathway to renewed American prosperity. Trump's stance on energy independence is a clarion call for American self-resilience and innovation. Watch.
And I will end the electric vehicle mandate on day one. Thereby saving the U.S. auto industry from complete obliteration, which is happening right now, and saving U.S. customers thousands and thousands of dollars per car.
This commitment to American industry and consumer savings is exactly what we need to compete on the global stage. It's about putting America first in every sense of the phrase. And the fight against inflation is at the forefront of Trump's economic strategy, offering hope to millions of Americans struggling with rising costs. Watch.
So tonight, I make this pledge to the great people of America. I will end the devastating inflation crisis immediately, bring down interest rates, and lower the cost of energy. We will drill, baby, drill. Can you believe what they're doing? But by doing that, we will lead a large-scale decline in prices. Prices will start to come down. Energy raised it. They took our energy policies and destroyed them. Then they immediately went back to them, but by that time, so much was lost. But we will do it at levels that nobody's ever seen before.
This is the kind of decisive action that can turn the tide of our economy. It's not just about numbers, it's about restoring the American dream for countless families across our nation. And Trump's commitment to ending wasteful spending resonates with the fiscal responsibility that our founders envisioned. Watch.
And next, we will end the ridiculous and actually incredible waste of taxpayer dollars that is fueling the inflation crisis. They spent trillions of dollars on things having to do with the Green New Scam. It's a scam. And that's caused tremendous inflationary pressures in addition to the cost of energy. And all of the trillions of dollars that are sitting there not yet spent, we will redirect that money for important projects like roads, bridges, dams, and we will not allow it to be spent on meaningless green new scam ideas.
Echoes the spirit of Alexander Hamilton, who said, "A national debt, if it's not excessive, will be to us a national blessing." Trump's promise to protect Social Security and Medicare shows his dedication to American seniors. Watch.
I'm going to protect Social Security and Medicare. Democrats are going to destroy Social Security and Medicare.
This commitment to our most vulnerable citizens reflects the compassion that has always been at the heart of the American spirit. Trump's pledge to end international crises demonstrates his vision for America's role on the global stage. Watch.
I will end every single international crisis that the current administration has created, including the horrible war with Russia and Ukraine, which would have never happened if I was president, and the war caused by the attack on Israel, which would have never happened if I was president. Iran was broke. Iran had no money. Now Iran has $250 billion. They made it all over the last 2.5 years. They were broke.
This is the kind of leadership that can restore America's standing in the world and bring peace through strength. But perhaps most inspiring is Trump's message of unity in a time when our country seems more divided than ever. Watch.
I'm here tonight to lay out a vision for the whole nation, to every citizen, whether you're a young or old man or woman, Democrat, Republican, or independent, black or white, Asian or Hispanic. I extend to you a hand of loyalty and of friendship. Together we will lead America to new heights of greatness like the world has never seen before. We were right there in the first term. We got hit with COVID. We did a great job. Nobody knew what it was, but nobody's ever seen an economy pre-COVID. And then we handed over a stock market that was substantially higher than just prior to COVID. Coming in, did a great job. Never got credit for that. We got credit for the war and defeating ISIS and so many things. The great economy, the biggest tax cuts ever, the biggest regulation cuts ever. The creation of Space Force, the rebuilding of our military. We did so much. We did so much. Right to try. Right to try is a big deal.
This is the America we all believe in, a nation united in its diversity, stronger together than we could ever be apart. It's a reminder that our shared love for this country just transcends all differences. The impact of Trump's words wasn't lost on the audience. Even those who came in undecided found themselves moved by his vision for America's future. Watch.
The grade you gave it?
I gave it an A.
And why'd you give it an A?
The thing I was looking for was a change, and I felt I heard that change in his voice. I was looking for his discussion on getting unity together in the country, as well as the border control and inflation.
This is what happens when a leader speaks to the heart of the American people, not about party lines. It's about a shared vision for a greater America. The energy and optimism of the night were palpable, setting a stark contrast to the current political landscape. Here's more.
The Republican Party, after 1 week ban, is still the party of fun, and the party of democracy is down the street plotting a political coup against the sitting president of the United States.
This is the kind of enthusiasm that can change the course of an election and a nation. It's a reminder that politics doesn't have to be a gloomy affair, but a celebration of our shared values and hopes. As the night drew to a close, Trump left us with a message that encapsulates the spirit of America: resilient, determined, and unstoppable. Watch.
Nothing will sway us, nothing will slow us, and no one will ever stop us. No matter what dangers come our way, no matter what obstacles lie in our path, we will keep striving toward our shared and glorious destiny, and we will not fail. We will not fail. Together we will save this country, we will restore the republic, and we will usher in the rich and wonderful tomorrows that our people so truly deserve. America's future will be bigger, better, bolder, brighter, happier, stronger, freer, greater, and more united than ever before. And quite simply put, we will very quickly make America great again. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Wisconsin. God bless you. God bless you, Wisconsin, and God bless the United States of America, our great country. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
This, my fellow Americans, is the voice of a leader who believes in the indomitable spirit of our nation. It's a call to action for every patriot who dreams of a brighter future for America. The Founding Fathers laid the groundwork for a nation built on liberty, justice, and opportunity, and last night we witnessed a recommitment to those timeless values. As we look towards the 2024 election, let's remember the words of John Adams. Our Constitution was made only for a moral and righteous people. It is wholly inadequate to the government of any other. These are the principles that have guided our nation and continue to light our path forward. If you got value from this report, tap subscribe. My final thought is next. Folks, what we witnessed last night wasn't just a speech, it was a rallying cry for the soul of America. As we stand at this crossroads, we're faced with a clear choice: continue down the path of chaos and division, or reclaim the promise of the American dream. Trump's message of strength, unity, and prosperity stands in stark contrast to the turmoil that we're enduring. But remember, it's not just about one man, it's about us, the American people. We have the power to shape our destiny. In November, we have a chance to reignite this beacon of hope that is America. The future is in our hands, so let's make it count.
Congratulations, you made it to the end of the video. Now keep up your quest for truth with this next news report. And if you found our channel enlightening, join the millions who agree with you. Tap subscribe. Thank you for watching the Next News Network.